is going on, everybody? Back again with another video. And it's the Holy Week out here in Metro Manila. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow's gonna be even more intense, but every time when you're in Metro Manila during this week, wow, the sun, it gets pretty quiet out here because a lot of people, they choose to go to the province to celebrate the Holy Week. And then a lot of places where there's usually like a traffic jam, it's quiet without traffic. So if you don't want to be with traffic, maybe this is a good time for you to come to Manila. But a lot of places that will be closed. I'm out here in BGC, but I'm gonna walk towards Guadalupe and towards EDSA to show you what's going on. So without further ado, join me. And you can see out here, Thursday, usually there'll be traffic or a lot of movement out here, but pretty quiet. So, you know, just showing you a little bit what's going on. And last year when I was living in Cubao, I filmed EDSA by the Cubao area, and you can see how crazy it was, like quiet, but I like it. It was actually like peaceful. Maybe tomorrow I'll go and film also Good Friday, just to show you what's going on. So I'm just walking around the block here, so you guys can see how quiet it's happening over here. And you know, BGC is actually a busy area. So I'm starting to see 8th Avenue, the road that goes towards Pasig area. Pretty quiet, you know, once you hop in the other side, it's always a traffic jam, but it's actually really quiet right now. You know, here's Uptown Mall. A lot of establishments are closed, but this coffee joint is open. I guess most of the things that are open are kind of like fast food. And here's a coffee shop across the street. But look, see how quiet it is? You see this intersection is actually busy. It seems like the mall is not open. And then look at the streets, it looks like ghost town. There are people, but not many people like you would usually see. Like I say, even the restaurants in Uptown Mall, they seem to be closed. Well, Chili's is open on top. It's a good thing I did a huge grocery and I'm just gonna cook home, you know. That way I don't gotta worry about food. But I do have a couple of fast food chains are open. Because there are call centers around, and no matter what day of the year it is, the call centers are always busy. But now I'm gonna use the shortcut, the Buta shortcut by South San, but hopefully it's open. That way I can shortcut and head towards Guadalupe area. And that's where it's gonna be EDSA area. I wanna see how busy it is today. Is there a heavy traffic jam, you know? And maybe later at night I'll walk around to see if there's any more action happening out here in Bonifacio Global City. But you can see behind me, not too many people, even though this is a pedestrian area where people cross. And in front of me is the Grand Hyatt. See out here, see? Quiet though, like I say, usually there'll be traffic, not like heavy, but there'll be cars out here. And then there is people, but not much people. See, it's pretty quiet. So if you want to jog or run around, you could do it, but I would not suggest that you do it at this time, because at this time is when the heat is hitting pretty hard. Here I'm gonna cross once again towards the shortcut, and I'm thinking maybe in the barangay there might be more activity, because a lot of people, they go to church around those areas, so we'll see what's going on. Tomorrow's gonna be a pretty interesting day. I'll probably film a whole video out here doing Good Friday, because I know Good Friday is always pretty empty around the metro part of Manila. Even over here, you'll see a lot of movement of people because they're trying to go into the shortcut over here, but today is not busy. You can see the modern buildings, and then you're gonna see the contrast when I make it towards the barangay. And this is the shortcut. Wow, it's quiet today. Not busy, so today is a good day for you to come and support the business and grab food, but I'm gonna go over this way. This way it takes me straight towards Kalayaan, the fastest way. And I think I gotta make my left and it gets me towards the other side. You can see it's just houses. This is literally like right next to Bonifacio. You can even see Avida Towers right here, surrounded by it. I think there's somebody singing videoke right here. So even out in the barangay, it's quiet. I didn't want to film the woman singing there, disrespecting the privacy, but I think they were singing, you know, like something religious. Because like I say, they celebrate pretty strong the Catholic tradition here. And I grew up in a Catholic country in Puerto Rico, but we're here to take it to another level. I'm passing near St. Luke's. But yeah, this will take me towards the other side. Look at the street, how empty it is, wow. Like I say, either people just stay home, cook, or a lot of them, they travel outside the metro region. Literally got the whole barangay to myself, but like I say, maybe in the afternoon they might go out, you know, when there's traditions happening near the church. Because, you know, they celebrate out here, maybe there might be some action going on. I'm just shortcutting here so I can get to Guadalupe. The MRT, the LRT stations, they don't open during these holiday seasons, so it's just better if you take a Grab or Anca's to get around. This is the other part that I didn't explore last time. Like I said, this is happening literally right next to Bonifacio. And if I make it right, that's Jacinto Street, which is kind of like the main street of South Samba over here, I can call. There's an entrance to St. Luke's right here, but I'm gonna make my right and walk towards the other side. And here we are in Jacinto. A little bit busier today, but not like extreme. More quiet now, but I see more action happening over there, like people singing and everything. You know, they love singing out here in the Philippines, like videoke and everything. I think some of the best singers are Filipinos, like their voice and everything. So yeah, I saw what she had there. She had like the cross, you know, a lot of flowers and everything. To Jesus, I guess they're singing like, you know, Christian or Catholic songs. So like I say, they really take it serious out here. And in terms of holidays, it's good to see, you know, every options, every season out here in Philippines, especially in Metro Manila. You can see the contrast, how busy it gets and how quiet it is, especially on holidays like this. And despite everything, there's still businesses that manage to open. I guess, you know, people still gotta eat. There's people who still work even if it's a holiday, so you gotta keep a couple of businesses open. So here will be Kalayaan, which is always busy with traffic jam, but I wanna see how's that looking out here today. So far it's looking good, not too busy, which reminds me I gotta cross over to the other side to head in towards Guadalupe. But I think in this side that I'm walking here is not Taguig anymore, now it's Makati, which I did film a video there the other day, so I was showing you like the barangays, because a lot of people think it's mostly the high-rise buildings and luxury buildings and malls, but Makati has a lot of residential areas and barangays like this. So I'm gonna head over here towards Kalayaan. Semi-busy, but this is nothing. It gets way busier than this on a regular day. And then I'll see what's going on the other side. Well, I notice a market over there. Here, you see there'll be traffic or a lot of movement of cars, but it's pretty empty today, wow. Not too many cars, you know, it's pretty quiet, so. And I noticed there's also like an outdoor market over that side. I don't know if I did film there in the past, but I'm gonna cross the street right here because this is pedestrian. Taking advantage that there's no cars to do it. Wow. I wish it was like this every day. See how quiet it is? I'm very excited to check out EDSA Highway. EDSA Highway is probably one of the highways that has the worst traffic jam in the whole world. It could take you a long time, even if you travel like a short distance. But we're gonna see that. Like I said, last Good Friday I filmed, and today is Thursday, so I'm gonna walk over there and film and see what's going on. And this over here is Guadalupe Nuevo. There's Guadalupe Viejo and Guadalupe Nuevo. I haven't explored Guadalupe Viejo yet, but I've been here 2 or 3 times, and it's actually a really good neighborhood in Makati, and it's served by the MRT station. So walking around here and pretty quiet, even though on a regular day it's not too busy in this side. Where it's mostly busy is when you're near the MRT station and where the markets are. So I'm gonna walk over to that side to see how it is, but this area literally shortcuts me from BGC. You can see how nice and well paved the streets is. Loving it so far. See no potholes. Houses are pretty nice. They're made out of concrete. They got medical facilities, a little bit of business and everything. Look at the fence here, how nice it is. And then you got a nice residential unit with balcony. So these are neighborhoods that have it all. You know, you don't need to go far. You could just, within walking distance, get whatever you need. So, you know, this is one of the reasons why I love Metro Manila, because no matter where you go, if it's a modern neighborhood or older part of neighborhood like this, there is always something interesting going on. Even on a slow season like it's Holy Week, it's still pretty interesting to film the streets out here. And then ahead of me, it's an intersection with some nice looking apartment complex, I guess. But I want to show you the buildings, how nice they look. See this? I like it, it's pretty beautiful. And pretty clean, the streets, man. Doing a little detour here because I want to show you this nice modern, I think it's a condominium, right in the heart of Guadalupe, because a lot of people think Guadalupe is just like a not so good area, but it's actually pretty nice. But let me show you this building so it can change your mind. Look at how beautiful it is. High fence and then multiple units, pretty modern. I like the design of it. It's like, I don't know, like pretty modern and nice. So I think Guadalupe is an underrated barangay. You know, like not too many people venture out. It's right in Makati, not too far from the business district of Uptown, Bonifacio and Makati, but it's like a nice local neighborhood with a lot of action happening that I think more people should venture and explore. And I think I'm getting closer to where it's considered busy in Guadalupe, but quiet still. But it's a good way to see the area, but I like how the street looks like over here. You can see nice apartments. The only thing that ruined it is cable wires. But this happens in every neighborhood in Southeast Asia, not just the Philippines. And it keeps going here, and they got a couple of 7-Elevens, so I'm doing well now, but later I'm gonna stop and get myself some drink because I'm gonna walk all the way back towards my condo, and a little bit of a long walk, you know, but it's like 95 degrees outside. But look at the street, how nice it is, pretty clean. I was gonna detour left in the next block, but I'm gonna go ahead because that's where usually the market is. So I wanna see how's it holding up on a holiday today, if there's any type of action going on. Like I say, maybe later in the evening when the weather cools down, maybe it might be even busier. But let's find out. Only one way to find out. See, here's another street. EDSA is over that way. We're gonna make it there later in a bit. But I wanna see what's happening here in Guadalupe Nuevo. Carinderias, they do open. So a lot of people, they choose to come out here to the carinderias and get food. Yeah, I think they open, a lot of them, they open like 24 hours. And this is probably like one of the busiest areas in the district, but today, you know, it's slow, but I think it's good to venture because, you know, like not too many people. So you get to see it all right here. All the local business. I think this will be a market ahead. So not much going on here. Usually there'll be more vendors out here, but oh wow, it seems like they're renovating this building in the corner. Yeah, I'm gonna check out the block ahead of me to see what's happening. I see some nice looking shirts that they're selling. So I didn't know that they had like a fruit market out here, and it's open. Because every time I come to Guadalupe, I always miss this area. If I go straight down, this will take me where the river is, and they even have a ferry out here, but good to see that it's still open. Cool, they got bananas, mangoes, and they smell pretty good. You know, Philippines is known for having great mangoes. Probably some of the best in the whole world. So it's good to see over here it's holding up and busy. And there's more over here. This is super local out here, but I think after this, nothing much, so I'm just gonna turn back. Then here you do some work out. The street goes up the hill, but there's a lot of vendors out here. So I can't believe I missed this the last times that I come here to Guadalupe. So here you're doing like a cardio, going up the hill and seeing everything that they sell. But this is normal all over Metro Manila. Selling socks. Reminds me a bit of Divisoria, but much more chill. So they sell literally everything, glasses, anything you need, they got it out here. And here I am in another main street area, and not too busy like it'll usually be, but it's good to see that they still got business that's open. You know, they sell a little bit of everything, food. But I'm gonna do probably like 2 more blocks, and then on the other side, it's submerged me around EDSA highway. Like I wanna see how the highway is holding up today. As you can see, this is what it looks like. And this is still, even though it's slow, I consider this still busy for me because a lot of cities in the United States, once you exit New York City or the Northeast, they're pretty much dead, even on a weekday, on a regular day. So this might explain another reason why I love Manila. Like, this is a city that you will never get bored. Like there's always something going on, you know. And I think also like the hot weather, the sun, it gives it like a better spiritual vibe. Like you don't feel depressing, you know, you just feel like hyped up to go out and explore and do something. Now I'm by EDSA highway, and while there is cars, it's pretty quiet. Like usually in the Guadalupe section, you'll be bumper to bumper. So not much going on here. Just want to show you. Yeah, this is what it looks like. There's an overpass over there, so maybe I'll capture like a better action. See what's going on, then all of this is Makati. But let's make it towards the other side and see what's happening. Once we make it towards the other side is the borderline of Mandaluyong and Pasig. So I just want to cross this little bridge over here and see if I can capture a shot from that side. Let's see what's going on, see? The cars are passing by, but like I say, usually it'll be all of this filled up with traffic. good to see that the buses are working. I think also another cost of this right here is the gasoline. The gas prices with the conflict that's going on has cost us, it has cost the gasoline to go up, especially here in the Philippines. Like I've seen, it used to be 50 something pesos, and now it's like over 100 something pesos. I don't know how much is, like over 100 something pesos, the gasoline out here is so expensive. I'm not gonna lie, I wish it was like this every day. Like not too busy, but hey, that's life, because on a good day, you'll be in traffic jam. So I think now, Holy Week is a good time for you to explore Metro Manila, or get from one side to another one, because there's literally like no traffic and easy to be getting around. Like I said, I did it actually like last year in Good Friday. Tomorrow I'm gonna come back, not sure where I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna come back and explore and see how's it looking on a Good Friday. I'm gonna cross this bridge and see if I can capture some good shots from up here. So this is the busy area, because there'll always be a traffic over here. You can start seeing the highways buildings of Makati. Like I said, the MRT is not working today, but see how smooth the traffic is flowing? The overpassage, and look at this shot right here. Wow. See? Ortigas is over that way, then you got Mandaluyong right here. So insanity. Let me see what's going on if I go towards the other side. And I'm just gonna walk towards the other side and see what's happening. But it gives an idea of what, the city looks like during the Holy Week. And this is where I was coming from. And then over here is the street level, flowing pretty smoothly. There you see Rockwell District. It's actually hot today. And here it keeps going, and the MRT station is right there. But it's closed until, I think it opens back up on Monday. Yeah, this was the main goal that I wanted to show you, like the busy highway of EDSA. And if I go over this way, it's the main street that I was walking by, Guadalupe. They have a mall over here, but closed today due to the Holy Week. Just gotta be careful. I'm gonna pass where the MRT station is and the bridge to see what's going on. Then I'm just gonna turn back and walk towards the other side. And then you can see this is where the EDSA highway divides into two sides. I drive here many times. I've taken the Grab, and over here is like what I call like it usually clogs. Like this traffic could be very stuck over this side, and then once you go more up towards Ortigas and Mega Mall, pretty nasty over there. But you see, flowing out here today, so stress-free. But hopefully in the future, Metro Manila can have better train systems, better form of transportation, and hopefully it reduce the traffic jam. But we'll see, what happens. And this will divide me, I guess, Pasig and Makati. Well, it's a lot of people taking the bus, because I guess the train is not open, so they got no other choice but to take it. This is the bridge where the MRT will be passing by. The heat is really kicking in. So that means later, when I head back to the condo, I'm gonna do a water stop. I don't know how my camera can catch it, but look at the line of people out here trying to get the bus. And here you see the other angle. Right by the heart of Guadalupe. Pretty interesting day, Like I say, it's hot, but not extremely hot like it was the other days, but it's gonna get actually much worse than that, because it's already April. So I think technically it's already officially like summer. So that's how it is. Continue my journey. Got a bottle of water, 20 pesos, which is roughly like, I think it's like 40 cents for a bottle of water. In the States it's gonna cost you like at least $3 depending, but 40 cents to get a good quality water. So it really hits, pretty good with the weather that's very hot out here. Let's take a dip in. Yep, literally heaven. These are some of the techniques you need when you come to tropical countries like this. Water, Gatorade, but I think probably water, because it keeps you hydrated. But now I'm just gonna walk back towards BGC. Let me see how I feel when I get back there. Maybe I'll push it and check out how High Street is doing. But I think I'll probably make a proper video of BGC tomorrow and Good Friday to see how the neighborhood is, during the Holy Week. Is it still busy, quiet? We're gonna check out the vibes right there. So this is the other angle, Guadalupe, and you can start seeing the high-rise building. So Bonifacio right in the back. So two different neighborhoods right next to each other. but actually worth it to explore both of them. Back again in Calayan, you can see how empty it is. I gotta make it back towards South Sambo, pass the shortcut, and probably go towards High Street to see what it looks like right now. I'm back again in Bonifacio Global City, so gonna take a little walk towards High Street to see what are the vibes, even though it's early, but you know, Thursday afternoon, probably lunchtime, a lot of people grab food, but so far it's looking pretty empty and dead out here. It's actually more quiet than when it was earlier, when I walked. This is how the street looks like. The good thing, there's a breeze, and then over here in 7th Avenue, they just opened a new street. Like before, if you were in Uptown, you would have to go all the way towards 8th and 9th Avenue to head towards High Street, but now you can literally just walk straight and shortcut. So I'm gonna show you this new addition that's happening here in High Street. I'm literally to my right, passing the laundry, where I usually do my laundry and drop my clothes. Clothes today is gonna be closed until next week. So I dropped something yesterday and it's not gonna be available until Tuesday. So I'll have my family pick it up because I'll be in the States for a little bit, really quick. But then I'm coming right back here because this is my official home right now. But I'm gonna see what's happening ahead. I'm gonna show you the new addition that they opened out here. So it seems like they're gonna build some new condos, or not sure, but despite it being a pretty developed area, a lot of things keep on developing and developing. So this is 34th Street. And like I say, I forgot what used to be here, but they opened up this new street where you can shortcut from here, Uptown, all the way to High Street. And this is the new street. Before it was open in this side, now they opened this side. So, and you see an empty lot. They got S and R right there. So I'm not sure what they're gonna build here or over there. Also by the 4th Strip, they're gonna build something massive. I think they should develop maybe like local parks, more parks. Maybe combine it with some building and parks over here to make it pretty unique. But who knows, they're probably just gonna build more condos and business. And they should have put more trees out here, to be honest. Because look, walking in this big pavement and you'd be cooking up in the sun. Then it's windy here, but this is 32nd Street, which will take you all the way to EDSA. And the other side, and over here you can see, not too busy out here today. A little bit of movement, but it's not crazy. Oh, thank God, woo! Windy over here, yo. But that's good because it's very hot. Holy shoot. You guys see that? Look at my shirt. Yo. Damn, I hope it's not like a storm or something, but it's sunny outside, so that's literally impossible. But hey, after doing this long walk, this wind over here hits pretty different. Imagine if you're in New York City and the weather's pretty cold, and then the wind starts hitting you. That's when you're gonna start feeling all the pain. So, gonna watch myself across pretty fast. I'm not supposed to do this, but hey. But yeah, ahead of me, not too busy. We're gonna be approaching High Street, so let's see what are the vibes over there. And now here I'm approaching High Street so far. Uniqlo, it's open. But let's see tomorrow. Like I said, I'm probably gonna come back tomorrow and make a video here to see what are the vibes happening right here. See street art, Manila Mabuhay. Okay, so there is action happening here. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Even if it's busy, I guess it's a good video, because then it proves you that, you know, you can come out here to Bonifacio Global City. But yeah, there is, you know, a little bit of action going on, but not too much. Still kind of quiet. Let me go by the Times Square area, by 5th Street, to see what's going on over there. Even though I don't think there's gonna be much happening, but I think also it could be the heat. Maybe if I come back later in the afternoon, then maybe I might see some action. But the establishments are open, restaurants are open, so you can get yourself food. Maybe they might close a little bit earlier today, who knows? I think the case could be more because it's hot, so you see that literally people are sheltering by the corner, and then they open up the fountain area. I guess they do that like in the summertime. And then here they decorated like a little something for the Holy Week. Like they got like a little bit of these boards right here. In the nighttime, they literally lit up. So, you know, it explains a little bit about Jesus. Then they got more. And the other side is somebody actually praying over there. Also, the people can literally pray. I saw that they put some pillows. I wasn't sure if people can pray. I guess they can. I'm just not gonna point the camera, you know, try to respect the people. So the mall over here is closed, but Shake Shack is actually open. There's another one over here where people are literally praying. But you can see High Street is not too busy, but like I say, maybe it could be more because of the weather too. It's very hot. And then they got the famous portal. Like I said, over here there'll be people pile up, but maybe I'll come back in the evening or nighttime to see if any of that changed. But I think I'm gonna save all of that for tomorrow. Tomorrow's officially Good Friday. You know, Good Friday usually in Metro Manila is pretty empty. Here you see what's going on. See, it's not really much people. See how the street is empty and clean. Another challenge I want to do is for New Year. I want to film December 31st, you know, the night before when it's crowded, and then I want to wake up early in the morning on January 1st and come out here and see how the contrast is. Oh, the portal is on. Let me see. Also, they do got people out here. So this is the famous portal. It was opened up in New York City a while ago, and now they got it over here. And I think they're gonna keep it permanent for all year round. I think right now they're showing Ireland, Dublin. You can see pretty quiet out here. There are, you know, establishments that are open, but not too much. But I'm very excited to see what happens tomorrow. See, the malls are closed, but they do got a couple of restaurants that are open here. Because I think also a lot of people, when they come, especially tourists, and they visit Metro Manila, they stay around here. So they got to keep a couple of establishments open to serve the customers out here. It was good to walk in the shade. That's something good that they do with modern areas in the Philippines. They also do that with Ayala Triangle Park. They're one of my favorite Filipino chain restaurants. Mary Grace is open too. They usually specializes like in cake, but they also sell like some pretty good pasta, also like other cuisines. So definitely, you know, you guys should check it out. You see it's literally open, Jamba's open. They got that in New York too. And not too busy, so, you know, easy for you to come and eat. See plenty of tables here available, but you can sit inside because it's too hot outside. Here, time for me to cook back up in the heat. And then you see the modern high-rise buildings. But I think I've shown pretty much enough for today. Maybe later I'll vlog a little bit more, but I think I'm gonna reserve it for tomorrow. So I know the video is probably gonna be uploaded a little bit late from Good Friday, but just stay tuned, you know, and I appreciate if you guys watch it. Gonna head back towards 7th Avenue. So that was the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.